Hello people, Davies Verse is back. I bring you Cleopatra, done by Jaden Pinker Smith.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth!
Thanks for the tip. I guess I'll just limp home then.
I expected a big slap there, to be honest. I was looking around. Where's Will? Wait. Jaden Pinker Smith is looking for the life of Cleopatra in a brand new documentary series coming to Netflix. It's not a darn new documentary. For one, Cleopatra is Greek, not African. Let's just get that out of the way with. But anyway, so it's not even going to be historical. Let's just say that. Starring John Patridge and Michael Greco, as the 4-part series will reassess Cleopatra's fascinating story with daring queen, her beauty and romantics overshadowed her real assets. Got big tits like? Her intellect. Nevertheless, Cleopatra, see, that's sort of the woman sort of power play. She uses her beauty and a femininity to basically then control whoever is in charge. She gets Julius Caesar, she gets Mark Antony, and then she actually tried it with Octavian, apparently. I mean, fucking hell, she's working her way for the ranks. But anyway, yeah, I think she actually betrayed her sister too. Because, wait, for people who didn't know, in sort of the Greco times, when Greece controlled Egypt before the Romans took over, so the royal family was Greek. So they sort of keep like the bloodline as Greek because they didn't want to dilute it with the natives, as they basically saw themselves as superior. Basically, they were into inbreeding. Royal families, what you can do? It's how they all are. They're all blue-blooded. So, yeah, there's pretty much no possible way of this being true. Well, you see that. Then, what do you call it? Julius Caesar mixes in, and then he has a kid with her, and then the idea was for Mark Antony and Cleopatra to put Junior Caesar on the throne. Well, it wasn't really a throne of the empire at the time, as it wasn't really still the empire. It was still the Republic of Rome. But Julius Caesar pretty much ran it as a dictator. That's fair to say, I reckon. So anyway, long backstory to it. I would like to become a history channel, to be honest. It would be fun. But it does take up too much of my time, to be honest. I've got too much work. But I do like it. Wait, it won't be in this one. I might cover something. See how fun it is. But anyway. Reading on. Everything you need to know about Cleopatra, including the full cast. So it's not everything I need to know. It's what I know about the show. Cast excluding executive producer Pinkett Smith. Have the series about the series. Whatever. Cleopatra premieres on Netflix, for fuck's sake, in May. So this is probably another flop by Netflix, I reckon. Cleopatra. Well, look at the story of Cleopatra the 7th. Oh yeah, there's loads of them. Also known as the Queen of the Ptolemaic Kingdom of Egypt. The Ptolemaic? It was Ptolemy the king, wasn't it? But then again, there was loads of Ptolemies. I'm guessing it makes sense for loads of Cleopatras too. They sort of shared the same name throughout, to be honest. Wait. So this is before Christ, obviously. I thought it was later than that. Caesar was about the... Wait. Makes sense, actually. I'm lost in my own head. I really should have researched... Well, not really, but... I know this stuff. I like looking at this with my spare time. It's just quite hard trying to keep track of dates with anything else. But anyway, it's not that important. And at last, active ruler. Well, technically, yes. Speaking of series, Pinkett Smith said, "We don't often get to see or hear stories about black queens." Yeah, quite wrong there. But anyway, this sort of proves that she doesn't know the history behind it. And that was really important for me, as well as my daughter, just for my community to be able to know the stories behind those, tons of them. Cleopatra is a queen who Many know, but not in her truth. Ah, it's just fucking Hollywood speaking it. Her truth, my truth, their truth. There's only their truth, love, and it's fucking not this. She's been displayed as overly sexualized. That's because she uses it to her advantage. She was pretty much the divinity of beauty at the time. She's still represented that way. She basically lures in Mark Antony, Julius Caesar into these prominent roles where she basically becomes a chief advisor to them. Executive and corrupt, yet she was she was a bit, but she basically betrayed a sister, betrayed a brother. It's still weird at the end of the day, but still. Strategies and intellect commanding forces of nature who fought to protect her kingdom, and her heritage is highly debatable. It's not highly debatable. You know what the heritage is? Wait, never mind. The series will dive deeper into her history and reassess the fascinating parts of her story. The series is executive produced by Jaden Pinkett Smith. I don't see Will anywhere, I'm safe. Travis Curtis, Miguel Mandalez, and Sarah Bushu. Fuck's sake. And yep. So, can I watch this without getting it wrong? Let's see.
Go.
It's not a proper documentary.
When women ruled with unparalleled power, as warriors, queens, mothers of nations.
No nation was what he founded.
None among them more iconic than Cleopatra.
I would die for Egypt. What would you die for?
I am Isis. I am a god.
As long as she's alive, she is the pharaoh.
My father's will names me.
She's alive, she is the...
Are you actually documenting this?
My father's will names me co-ruler of Egypt.
Yes, that's true. With your brother.
Is aware that Cleopatra is one of the best educated women in the Mediterranean. He wants to be.
That's because she's a princess, she would be.
There is no future without the past.
She was using these relationships with Mark Antony to protect herself and her country.
There is no Rome without Egypt.
Cleopatra
That's theoretically right. Egypt was the breadbasket of Rome, along with Sicily. Sicily was sort of ruled by the pirate king at the time. Basically, there was a big Roman civil war. There was a few factions. The pirate king sort of took over Sicily. Rome was divided east and west, and the Mediterranean was sort of just piracy. So that's so true.
was trying to save the country that she loved from destruction.
No, she wasn't. She was after the power. Basically, she wanted full control over her brother. Her brother was younger, so he sort of rebelled. Then basically he took over Egypt and she went into hiding. Then Caesar came to get his tribute. Cleopatra sort of... Well, we all know the story of the laundry basket. So she gets an audience with him. One thing leads to another. Happy days, I guess. Rest is history.
I did what I had to do to protect what is mine.
This is some woman exercising power.
Selfish prick.
Cleopatra was a Ptolemaic ruler. The very first Ptolemy is a general of Alexander the Great.
Yes.
Possible that she was an Egyptian.
I imagine.
It's not. There's a lot of inbreeding. There's little chance there's Egyptian. She probably had some Egyptian blood, I guess. There might have been some breeding outside of the family, let's hope. But, it's classical times, and it's Egypt, pharaohism, royal families and all that. It's a little grim, but probably not.
Do you have curly hair like me and a similar skin colour?
I remember my grandmother saying to me, I don't care what they tell you in school, Cleopatra was black.
She has
Okay. That's it there. So, educators can't teach you, but your grandma says this. There we go. That's it.
become an icon.
I am a god. Queen of kings.
Her story resonates
Uh-huh.
with every woman.
Okay. Wait. I'm bored. Let's just have some fun. Harass criticises the picture of Cleopatra as black in Netflix film from the Egyptian Times. So, no thing anyway. Egyptians would have been Arabs, not black. Just how it is. They're in the fucking... They're classed as Arabs because they're above the Sahara. Netflix launches their trailer of Cleopatra with J. Pinkett Smith. We saw that.
I guess I'll just have...
I should have warned you about crawling.
Film will start on the 10th of May. We know that. The last ruler of the Plantagenet dynasty. We know that. Nice. Harass commented on the movie, which sparked public criticism in Egypt for portraying the Plantagenet king as black skin tone, saying this is completely fake. So the Egyptians aren't happy about this. Cleopatra was Greek, meaning that she was blonde and not black. Harass added that in recent years a trend emerged led by black Americans. Don't you call them African Americans in this? Black Americans and black in South America. Never heard that one before. Right. Claiming that Egyptian civilizations is black origin. That... Think about it. That actually has been a trend, hasn't it? He stresses such claims were completely false. The black civilization has no connection with the Egyptian civilization, Harass said, and points out that black civilization did not rule Egypt except in the 25th dynasty during the era of the Kingdom of Kush. Yeah, that's an interesting one, to be honest. I know a little, but apparently that the Sudanese come up from the south. It's quite an interesting thing if actually you want to look into Egypt. Just, to be honest, the whole Egyptian fucking time span is just brilliant. It's from basically cradle to new. It's like, how has this just existed for this long? It's just class. I love learn about the Egyptians. Anyway, that's pointed out that Egyptian temple contains drawings of Egyptian kings. Their sketches are all depicted as men striking the enemies. The enemies are depicted as either African, Nubian, Libyan, or Asian, and all of them look very different in nationalities from the Egyptian kings. So that's the backup there for it. Netflix is trying to stir up confusion and spread false information that the original Egyptian civilizations is black. Hazard is calling to take a stand against the Netflix platform. Oof. So Egypt is not happy. Let's get the Greeks' point of view on this. Queen Cleopatra, Netflix adds Greek Queen of Egypt to list of blackwashed historical figures. Oof. We can now add Cleopatra to... Yep. Yes, European Cleopatra was a descendant of the Plantagenet dynasty of the flipping, what do you call it, Alexander Great's new Macedonian Greeks. Why did I have to fucking go from my head temple there? Wait. She wasn't even Egyptian, let alone sub-Saharan. So that's where the sort of cultural thing comes from. So if you're north of the Sahara, you're Arab. If you're below it, you're black African. Except for the colony parts where white African. I mean, yeah, we intermingle a bit. Another redhead bites the dust. Well, I thought she was blonde. Well, that'd be care much, to be honest. More interested in the his side than the people side, but let's just get a bit thing. This goes beyond comical now. Fucking hell, fair enough. So, in short, people of Greece aren't happy. That just goes to history. Can't be asked to tell you it. You already probably know it by now anyway. I know bits and bobs here. But another Egyptian one. Cleopatra receives backlash over blackwashing. That's quite confusing to read as a dyslexic. Wait. Recent Netflix documentary. Yep, know that. Hello, I'm back. Wait, where was I up to? A petition has been regularly circulating online by two Egyptians. It criticises the Africanization, calling for cancellation of the documentary release and to be saved Egyptian history. This is no way against black people. It's simply wake up calls to preserve the history and integrity of Egyptians and Greeks, the petition states. It's quite strange for the Egyptians to actually back up the Greeks in this. I mean, if there's one uniting force, I guess. On Twitter, users commented that the controversy saying Cleopatra was Macedonian Greek, technically Mediterranean, and the Greeks weren't black. Portraying her as black would be historically inaccurate, and merely suggesting its diversity to be a part of the agenda. Make series about black historical figures like Queen Sheba. That makes sense, to be honest. So, overall, nobody's happy in this. Nobody at all. And cancel Queen Cleopatra on Netflix for falsified history. So, this petition isn't available, is incorrect, invalid, whatever. So, the petition's been taken offline. For the 9th time, the Queen of Cleopatra was not Egyptian, she was Greek. Cleopatra the 7th was right, and a Macedonian descendant, likewise all Ptolemy rulers. So yeah, they've actually cancelled the petition. So the Egyptians are happy, the Greeks are unhappy, and I'll assume pretty much the rest of the world will probably agree with them and say, what the fuck you doing, Netflix? But I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
What'd I do that time?
I don't know. I guess he just doesn't like you.
Pretend to be somebody else!
Hello, thanks for watching. If you'd like to see more, watch more. If not, at least like, comment, subscribe. It helps us out. Appreciate it. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.